Did you tune into the JRE debate with Dave Smith?
Hmm. Oh Lord. Of course I did.
Yeah.
You know I did, bro. You know there's nothing that I love to hate watch more than a pompous British asshole. I mean,
Just
I
tired
was
of
it.
these fucks, pretending like Oxford and these places are just you're just inherently better by gracing the presence of this established like the place where you do the most campaign doesn't make you more valid than any other place. It's just an insane idea where we're still holding people in some kind of hierarchy based upon what institution they went to.
This is what sums up the entire debate. Whatever that dude's name is, Donald Duck. I don't know. Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, he is either an absolute moron or he thinks you are. Point blank. Period. So when you listen to people talk and they contradict themselves one sentence after another, they're either not intelligent enough to know that they did that, or they think you're not intelligent enough to catch it. What are the other two options? I'm going to be honest with you guys. There are none. So make of that what you will. Is he just so dumb that he could say, like, no, I'm not appealing to authority, and then say, well, you guys aren't experts? Like you can't reason with people like this. You know what I mean? You can't. So you know what I do? The same thing SpongeBob does to Squidward. That's what I do to them. I I eat their face off. Yeah, that's right. I just matter of fact, if anybody has watched Ocean's 11, the twins on Ocean's 11, you know how they're just like at each other's neck. Like I'm just trying to annoy you more than you can annoy me. That's the game. That's what I do to those type of people. But you know, it was honestly like nails on a chalkboard listening to it. After hearing him, nope. After hearing him give two responses, matter of fact, after the first, because it wasn't even a response, he started off like, if I could just literally,
Yeah.
this is what they sound like. These type of British accents. Like, dude, like Joe Rogan, dude, After hearing that for 5 minutes, every time he spoke, I just fast forwarded it. Literally, that's how I watched the whole interview. And my YouTube analytics will reflect this. You'll hack my back office, you'll see. I watched Dave speak, and when he started talking, fast forward, boop, 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 and I heard Dave. He started talking again, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, no way I can sit through that.
Well, they needed somebody to replace Rabbi Shmuley. You can't have that guy being the fucking head of PR. You know, he's not the guy you want. So they brought Douglas Murray in. You know, I thought the most interesting part about that was Trump randomly. I saw a tweet that he tweeted out his book. What is the pipeline when you're chosen? The greater powers that be when you're chosen, and they turn the switch on. How do you sign up for that? I guess is what I'm saying. The alternative is you say no and you just fade into obscurity. But the ulterior, right, is like you say yes and now you're beholden to this regime, if you will. It just seems like
Right, right.
whatever the idea of selling your soul to the devil is, it feels like that. Okay, I have all this power behind me, but as soon as they don't like me, or as soon as my power with the people is gone, I'm essentially irrelevant and or like discardable.
Literally. Yes, literally. That's literally what you're saying. And I just, if I could just dude, how does, like, what's wrong with you guys? He actually, at one point, bragged about the fact that America doesn't produce the type of lords or governors that know how to go to places and colonize them properly. This is an actual sentence that came out of his mouth. And it took Joe a few minutes to be like, well, that's offensive. But Dave was like, okay, yeah, you guys are better at colonizing people. Like, what the hell? Dude,
This could be a theme, like a general theme in our show, where we broach the topic of who should be able to comment or whose opinion matters. Like who should be able to voice their opinion, who's actually a valid resource in a given. Terrence Howard said something very poignant this week. And regardless of what you feel about his mathematics, which I'm very questionable about myself,